Biden tries but fails to turn back rising tide threatening to swamp his re-election bid. No president has ever needed a public holiday like Joe Biden needs July 4. Biden is battling frantically to save his political career by escalating defiance. But he's in danger of being swamped by a rising tide against him as more Democrats express doubts that he can beat Donald Trump after a disastrous debate performance. The president will gather family members who will be critical to his future deliberations on his re-election campaign at the White House for Independence Day, in sore need of a slow news day that would allow him to regroup for potentially the most critical 48 hours of his political career. As speculation exploded Wednesday that he may be considering pulling out of the race, Biden unequivocally declared that he was in it to win. He then met 20 Democratic governors at the White House to try to prove he has the energy and acuity to win and lead for 4 more years. On Friday, Biden will sit for an interview with ABC News that's now shaping up as an even greater challenge than the CNN debate, given his need to put in a nimble and forceful corrective performance. Biden's swing state campaign stops will, like his every single public appearance now, be parsed for any slip-up or sign of vulnerability that supports the impression that Biden created for himself on the debate stage of a diminished commander-in-chief. I am running. I'm the nominee of the Democratic Party. No one's pushing me out. I'm not leaving. Biden declared to spook campaign staff on a phone call on Wednesday as he searched for an elusive comeback. But the tough emerging reality for the president is that the assurances, shifting explanations, and spin that his political aides have come up with so far are not working, because there may be no answer to his predicament. The image of an incoherent, weak, and struggling president was seared on the minds of 50 million viewers a week ago. And even a far more competent damage control effort than the White House and the Biden campaign have mounted so far would have struggled to erase that impression. Attempts to explain the struggles in Atlanta are only refocusing attention on the core problem. Supermajorities of voters doubt he's fit enough to serve a new term that would end when he is 86. On Wednesday, for instance, the White House picked up Biden's line that he was jet-lagged after 2 trips to Europe in early June. Given that the president had been back on U.S. soil for over a week at the time of the debate, this only begged fresh questions over whether he's up to the onerous demands of the presidency. That frequently requires extensive travel. The idea that delayed jet lag, in combination with the cold that aides that he also had, could cause Biden to trail off in the middle of sentences and fail to make a coherent case on issues basic to his campaign did nothing to arrest his political slide. And it meant that Wednesday was yet another day when the focus was on Biden's disintegrating campaign rather than the grave threat to democracy and America's political freedoms that the president warns is posed by Trump. At the end of the day of stinging blows to the president, a senior administration official told CNN's MJ Lee that the gradual erosion of his support among Democrats was like waves crashing into the shore. The official added, "First it's the donors, and then it's elected officials. Now it's going to be polling. It just breaks down the resistance." A second Democratic elected official broke cover and called for Biden to step aside from his re-election campaign. Rep. Raul Grijalva of Arizona told the New York Times he backed Biden if he was the nominee, but that this is an opportunity to look elsewhere. He added, what he needs to do is shoulder the responsibility for keeping that seat, and part of that responsibility is to get out of this race. While few other lawmakers have been so frank, there are many more who share the views of Grijalva and Texas Rep. Lloyd Doggett, who spoke out on Tuesday.